just went ahead and completed the first wooden sign quest. We just assigned our first ability, our first skill. I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. So right here where we're looking at the Sharpshooter specialization for the Marksman, we have Trick Shot, and this is a physical ability where it's pretty straightforward. It fires an arrow with increased attack rating, bounces from one monster to another, dealing increased attack damage when it does. This is the chain reaction effect that you see underneath its description. It is a projectile, but we specialize strength because of that, its physical nature of the ability. A little bit later on, we're going to branch into Vault and some other abilities as we level. So that's what we accomplished. We picked up our first weapon, went to the wooden sign, and made sure we equipped the skills. This is what it looks like in real life. The ability we're using. It's got really good range. It's got good damage. No specific buffs on it right now. It's technically one-shotting these torch woods and these big trees when my aiming doesn't miss actually. So you might want to have auto aim for this, but I don't. I might need a little bit more work to be a good marksman. We're gonna just do the motions here as we would. If you hit your shots, it's great. Otherwise, okay. Getting the hang of it. A little at a time. This is definitely something that is niche for some people. So if you're really good marksman, this is for you. If this is your class, really good damage, excellent range. I'm not really in a position where I have to fight close in at any time. We just picked up a artifact, so let's see what that is. How far can we shoot? Beyond. It shoots beyond the. As you see there, the cursor, this orange rectile. That sight there for the crosshairs, that orange crosshair, we could fire well beyond that range and still hit a target. So we got razor wire here, and we got rupture and attack rating, so maybe this will help us. And we're just gonna pick up a bunch of items like we would in your normal playthrough, just so we could either salvage it or use it later on. And the marksman could use a wide variety of weapons. There's lots of good strategy. Later on we get multi-shot targets, so we get multi-shots, we get to do a little bit of AoE damage with the chain reaction, so to speak, and we also get really good mobility and everything like that with the Marksman 2. Fairly quick, really agile, the controls feel reactive. know if we want to get hit by a big NPC monster like a Uber boss or something at close range too many times. But then again, who does? So death rattles, you know, and things like that in the game, you're gonna have to pick out a good loadout for your playthrough. And it just seems like I'm aiming a little bit too right, too left with some of these shots. Okay, there we go. And so we need to pick up the key ring in the inventory. And we just cleared some range right here. We should be able to level in just a moment. I just want to clear a good path for us, and we're gonna turn in the key ring for our inventory. And so we just complete that quest. We get the level up, and we get a moment here where we could look at what we have equipped and or what we would like to do with these next points. So with these next points, maybe we want to fire a volley, improve our movement, and we'll do that. So we'll jump, we'll fire a little bit, we'll get some vitality just in case, and we'll spec again to strength. As far as I know, this is a casting, faster cast rate it benefits from. It's technically a cast. So, you know, we could go into the fact that it's actually casting, so let's do that. We're going to reset our attributes. So then, in this case, we might want to take maybe some intelligence. And that's what it would look like, something like that, perhaps, right? And then we're going to set up our abilities so we're not trying to do that in combat real time. So there we go. Let's see what it looks like. Let's put it to practice. I think there's a lot of potential in the marksman. Who finishes first or last in the game, as far as your character or your specialization for that archetype is concerned, it's really up to you. It's really how you play. I mean, the truth is that all characters play a little bit different, and depending on your style of play, it could take you longer, or you would have a better time playing with another character regardless of the amount of time it would take you to do that. So we're going to pull in these crosshairs. If you're having fun, you're playing that character a certain way, you're going to find that as you try out other classes in Hero Siege, you're gonna favor some over others, and you may even be better at some of these classes, the archetypes. For example, maybe some of you are great as a marksman, and so you know, there's a certain playstyle for everyone, and as long as you know you find that the marksman is something of interest to you and you'd like to get the hang of your aiming, it's not something you'd mind practice or you might even cut down. Okay, this ability, it's really good. So evasive. Oh, I like that. And it just hit targets around you, you know, and I like that we could toggle our crosshairs. We're going to accept this quest. We're going to pick up what we can along the way, fire some arrows, and we're going to test out this ability in close quarters. Apparently I jumped over that wall when I was really close to. And depending on how close you have your target, we don't want to get stuck. So that's not what we want to do, is fight close quarters. We definitely want to be at a distance, right? So let's keep our distance. We got Torchwood up here. And we're going to complete that quest. Scorched wood. Here we go, scorched wood. We got it. We got that first part done. Fairly easy. We just gotta maintain our distance. We don't want to get too close. It is casting ability, technically, this jump, so, you know, we specialize for it. It's totally up to you if you want to go one way or the other with the Sharpshooter tree. I just find that it's good to have that mobility and to fire arrows at your targets on the move. And it does a fair amount of damage. And it's kind of good to see arrows bounce from one target to another too, actually. I mean, that's really great. It reminds me of, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the arrow that you whistle for, and it just goes everywhere. So, really neat to have really good range. I mean, you could shoot an arrow around the corner at this point. We'll see how that goes. And it's just really good to be able to shoot arrows and take advantage of these angles, and also be able to escape position and reposition for a shot here. With the vault, so that's really good. I could appreciate, and maybe even get a hang of marksman. So I think this class, takes some getting used to, because there's the practice and the learning curve for any character, and I don't think anybody should be discouraged. This would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna stay with it for a while, and when I unlock some more of the talent tree, I will be able to show you what it is really a marksman can do with some really good gear. It's some RNG in the game, and it'll take some time, and we'll get some even better gear. A nice bow for the marksman. And we picked up a sushi. Let's put on that sushi. I like sushi. Sushi. Let's put on that tasty explosion looking sushi thing. And this is just a great artifact to have. There's your AoE right there. So, I mean, a lot of classes, you're going to get these benefits of abilities. Let's check one more out. We got Frag Grenade. I think we know what that does. And then we got Arrow Turret. Now, these are some of the other abilities, of course, and we're not going to unlock these talent trees until we do some leveling. But, of course, this is the introduction. So, let's take a look at what actually the Arrow Turret does. And since we already know what Vault does, we're going to reset our skills, just to demonstrate some new abilities. And here's the two other abilities. We'll go to our target section here, where we got some targets, and we're going to assign our abilities to an input. And as so, let's go with the first one. This is the turret. I probably didn't place it as I should have. And it'll look like it'll place a turret just where you want it to. So wherever we put our cursor, essentially, that's where, our crosshairs will designate the location. Pretty neat. It just stays there, it fires at enemy targets, and then you can respawn it fairly quick. And you can even spawn it like right on a target location. I mean, if you want to close in the distance for better DPS per second, the FPS will be there hopefully, and you'll be able to do some more damage, as the arrow doesn't have to travel as far to do damage. Let's check out the second ability. Oh, those are really neat. We're literally throwing out these frag grenades. Let's shorten up our distance. Oh, that's really neat, and it blows up with shrapnel everywhere. I really like that. Good AoE damage, shrapnel. We could fire a few of these actually. Quite a few. Really good crowd control with this. See it happen. Plus that, and we can shoot arrows and bounce between targets. I mean, this is an amazing class. I think it's a lot of fun.